Board Games Daddy back here with the last Fallout Commander deck that I want to open. So if you are interested in seeing the other ones, probably will find the links above in the cards or in the playlists in my channel. But the last one, last but not the least, is Mutant Menace, that brings the Mothman here. Woo, Mothman! Mothman, Cryptid, Metazoo, American Masters. Place your belief in Wise Mothman as he spreads his rat counters, causing players to mill cards and lose life. And when those counters also buff your mutant militia, you win. Your win will leave you positively glowing. Revered as a local legend through Appalachia, even before the Great War, the Wise Mothman is said to bestow gifts of knowledge upon fortunate travelers and loyal cultists. But be aware is not the only Mothman stalking the wasteland. Oh, there are more Mothmans. I don't understand that, but let's see what is inside the Mutant Menace. Okay, so from all the commander, the Fallout Commander decks, I guess this one is the one that will feel the most Fallout. Because Fallout is mutants, is radiation. That's the idea that I have from Fallout. So I hope this one is the one that captures that feeling the most. So what's inside? If you're new to this, counters, don't forget to punch them out. You also have these, which we can use for many things. Then you have this envelope inside that it's worthless after you take out the life dial, for example, which is customized to the commander. And I love the green font there, replicating the pip lettering. There's also the box where you can hold all this inside, even sleeved. By now, if you're following my videos, you know I love this, and I store everything inside. That's a great addition. Wizards never stop doing that. You also have this good thing, this teaser here, a collector booster sample pack. It's a good treat for you to hope to have a very good card inside, but I never had. I was never that lucky, and I almost believe it won't happen now. But let's see. Nuka Nuke Launcher. Probably will see this card inside this deck because I don't remember seeing it on another one. And a Shadow Blood Reach. So 2 rares, extended art, completely redundant if you already have the other one. So just a way for you to waste more money in cards that you already have, and probably you don't need as extended with extended art. I only go after cards that are unique, so extended arts of cards that I already have, it's a waste of money. So let's start by checking the commanders. Away, and there's the Wise Mothman, 4/3/3 flyer. Ooh, look, don't look into its eyes. Whenever Wise Mothman enters the battlefield or attacks, each player gets a rat counter. So rat counters are counters that every player gets, and then on the start of your turn, for the number of counters you have, you need to mill a card. If you mill non-lands, you reduce that number of counters, but then you take 1 damage. So this helps, the life goes down, but with this deck it will help positively the deck. Let's see how. So whenever one of or more non-land cards are milled, put a +1/+1 counter on each of your X target creatures, with X is the number of non-land cards milled this way. So every turn, for every player, when he is milling, if there are non-lands, he mills, not only they lose life, not only they mill the deck, but also you get X +1/+1 counters for X creatures. That's powerful, and this is a flyer, so this is a candidate that always gets a red counter and becomes very strong very fast. Put only a +1, so it's only a +1 on X creatures, so you can replicate the number of creatures, the number of rat counters. And what about this guy, the Master Transcendent? Who is this guy from the games? That's a computer screen in his belly. What is this? Mutant 4/4. When the master enters the battlefield, target player gets 2 reds. Okay, that's normal. And put target creature card in a graveyard that was milled in this turn onto the battlefield under your control. Wow, it's a green mutant with a base power and toughness of 3. Just that. Loses, so it loses. It doesn't become like a big creature, but you can still get their abilities, right? And you can steal those cards. This is cool. This is cool. Or target, you do that like on your turn, and then on one turn of one of the opponents. So you can get. The thing is, on your turn, unless you milled your cards, target creature in graveyard. Yeah, you can also do that for your creatures. So, I think this one is stronger, but anyway, it's a different way to play the deck. So let's see the deck then. Jason Bright, Glowing Prophet. That's the Radiation Man. Whenever a zombie or mutant you control dies, if its power was different from the base power, you draw a card. And then you can sacrifice creature to put +1 on other creatures, on target creature. And it gains flying. Wow, who's this guy? He gives everything. Mirlurk Queen. That's a crab. Whenever enters the battlefield, target player gets the rats. Whenever non-land cards are milled, put a +1 queen. Only one time. So this guy also pumps from the radiation. Piper Wright, Public Reporter, the Human Detective. Rat Storm. When you cast a spell, copy it for each spell you cast before this turn. And then you proliferate. Just to proliferate. Just to proliferate, which is more tokens of everything, bad, good. Struggle for Project Purity. Okay, so this one is very flavored because you need to decide if you support the Brotherhood or the Enclave. So I'm not sure who was what, if the armored guy is the Brotherhood or the Enclave, or who is the Brotherhood, I don't know. But if you go to the Brotherhood at the beginning of your Enkeep, each opponent draws a card. You draw a card for each player. That's powerful. And then the Enclave. Whenever a player attacks you with one or more creature, that player gets twice that many red counters. One or more creatures. That player gets twice that many red counters. It's also very powerful, because he will accumulate lots of red counters, which will mill cards from his deck and take life. So, wow, which one? They're both powerful. Feral Ghoul. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1 on Feral. And when he dies, each opponent gets a number of red counters equal to this power. Red counters, what a pain in the ass. Hancock, the Ghoulish Mayor. I remember this guy. I think I remember a zombie that looked like a historical character or something. Each other creature that is zombies or mutants gets +X, where X is the number of counters on Hancock. Okay, and counters on Hancock is when this creature dies, if he had no, return on the battlefield under your control with the +1. So it just gives +1s, right? When this creature dies, if it had no, return it with 1. +1. Okay, and then each other creature gets but then you can put counters from the commander. You can put other ways to put counters here, so other zombies get ++ equal to that. Oh, nuclear fallout! Look at that, they're all dead, they're all glowing from the radiation. Each creature gets twice -X until the end of the turn. Each player gets X, so X is there. So board wipes, each player gets this. Really a power. Screeching Scorbeast. Flying Menace. Whenever Screeching Scorbeast attacks, each player gets 2 reds. Each player, including you. Whenever one or more non-land cards are milled, you create that many 2/2 black zombie mutants creature tokens. Only once per turn. Vault 12, the Necropolis. So something happened here on Vault 12 because they are all radiating. Harold and Bob. First Numans. Numans? Who are Numans? So this guy fused with the 3. Crazy. Lil. Mutant warrior. So the blue guys are mutant warriors, and there's a grandma. Is that a woman? Mutant. Wow, power fist. So this guy is punching a deathclaw. Pumba. Rampaging Yao Guai. The bear mutant. Does this come from Rampaging Yao Guai from Kamigawa, or it's a reprint from Strong, the British thespian? Tattoo Farmer. What full red stack? Elk mutant. Agent Frank, Oregon. I think this was the boss of one of the Fallout games, the first or the second. I think I've heard that. So he has 8/6 trample, as indestructible as long as it has attack this turn. Whenever Agent Frank enters the battlefield or attacks, you proliferate twice. You give red counters twice. Alpha Deathclaw. The big monsters come here in this deck. Atomize, destroy. Marcus, the mutant mayor. Mutational advantage. Permanency control, they get X-proof and indestructible. Prevent damage and then you proliferate. Really dangerous. Volt 87, Force Evolution. Something bad happened there as well. The Nuka Nuke Launch. There it is, the card that came on the sample pack. It's an equipment. Recon Craft Tata. Recon Craft Tata. So, what's this? A spaceship? That's a spaceship. Looks like a spaceship. Mariposa Military Base. Overflowing Basin. Viridescent Bog. Fraying Sanity. Inexorable Tide. Branching Evolution. Guardian Project. Okay, so yes, this guy is coming from the vat there. Hardened Scales. Oh, we've seen that many times. The Deathclaw is becoming stronger. Tireless Tracker. Biomass Mutation. Casualties of War. They died in a diner. Having a milkshake there. Find and Finality. Dark Water Catacombs. Drowned Catacomb. Exotic Orchard. Fatted Pots. Hinterland Arbor. Nesting Grounds. Sunken Hollow. Temple of the Seat. It's the Voltec Industries. It's the headquarters. Temple of Melody. Temple of Melody is what is this? Temple of Mystery. That's the train station full of radioactive material. Woodland Cemetery. Vexipal Radgull. Red. So this is a unique card, not a reprint, right? And every card with red counters, that must be unique. Bloat Fleece Sworn. Infesting Red Roach. So red, that's a unique card. Cathedral Acolyte. Glowing One. Red. Lumbering Megaslot. 8/8. Megaslot. Contaminated drink. Look at that. The cockroach on the water that you're going to drink. Draw X cards, but then you get half of that in red counters. Night King Ambusher. What's that? Raoul, the troubleshooter. Raoul. I think I remember this sheriff as well. Isn't this the guy from the TV series? We all have seen the teaser, right, or the trailer for the new Fallout TV series. There is a skeleton guy that has a cowboy hat. Maybe it's this guy, Raoul, the troubleshooter. I want to see that TV series. It seems very cool. Young Deathclaws, Lizard Mutants, the Strength Bubble. Only one bubble? Only one? The Strength one. Cultivate. Farseek. Classic. Harmonize. 4 to draw 3 cards. Inspiring Call. There's the Mothman there. Rampant growth. Yeah, the trees invaded everything. Corpse Jack Menace. Putrefy. Winding Constrictor. Arcane Signet. Contagion Clasp. Soul Ring. Talisman of Curiosity. So the Wasteland Survival Guide, that's a curiosity. Talisman of Dominance. Is that Conan? Gronan. That's like a comic book shop with a comic there for Gronan. Resilience. The giant insects. Awesome. So that's a magazine. They're all these talismans are magazines. Ash, Command Tower, Woven Wilds, the Mortuary, Opulent Palace, there's the Moth again, Path of Ancestry, we've seen that, False Code, okay, Swamp, Forests, and Islands. Cool. Cool. Oh, we forgot to see this, which I always like to give some importance to the lore. So we want to understand who these guys are. So the Mothman. It said that his Elf-Man, Elf-Moth monster, appears at onset of a great tragedy and was sighted mere hours before the first bombs dropped during the Great War. Many believe this being to be the harbinger of doom, whispering warnings to any who meets the glowing gaze. Those who wish to learn further of the Wise Mothman portents have joined together across Appalachia, forming multiple factions like the Cult of the Mothman, the Enlightened, and the Brothers of the Wood. Through the Wise Mothman lessons may be interpreted differently by its followers. It's undeniable that this cryptid has eager is legend status. And then we have that tentacle guy to the children of the cathedral. He is the Holy Flame, the Dark God, and the Father of Hope. He formed the cult of doomsday enthusiasts, built a network of devout spies, and trained an elite task force of Night King agents. To the unit and his enhanced followers, he is the master of super mutants, intent on infecting, spreading, and perfecting the forced evolutionary virus to usher humanity into a brand new age of transcendent prosperity. But before any of this, he was simply a Vault 8 survivor by the name of Richard Moreau, or Dr. Gray to some. Richard would meet an ill fate after falling into an experimental vat of chemicals, and when he was wounded by the Mariposa military base, his agony-induced mutations unlocked the amazing powers of his mind and horribly mutated his body. Now he seeks to share his gifts with the rest of the world, one mutation at a time. Yeah, mutant versus mutant. Go figure. Mutant against mutant. Summoning mutants. And the final thing to check is the tokens. Which are indeed that was an alien. Aliens in Fallout, that's something that I remember. But there was an expansion, right? The mothership expansion on Fallout 3 that brought the aliens to land to Earth. Lots of zombies, more zombies. The radiation will need that. Some includes copies. So many. All the decks have copies. Copies is now a central strategy on everything. That's it. Mutant Menace. No, not X-Men deck. Maybe one day, once Marvel gets into Magic. I'm so excited about that. My Commander Captain American deck. But this was Mutant Menace from Fallout. I hope you have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like. It doesn't cost you anything. Share with friends. And if you're like into a Magic Commander content, I have a playlist dedicated to this amazing game, and as well as other card games if you want to learn, and board games in general. So thank you for watching until the end, and I see you in the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.